maybe as you're seeking God as a father and recognizing how good he is, you can trust him to show you those wounds as a child that made you live an anxious life. That you can go back and reframe them and realize what happened sometimes isn't what happened. It's just what we think happened. And then we made a generalization that this is always going to be this way because it was so painful. And then we get into thinking it's a catastrophe every time something similar like that happens, and it's not. Because our emotions are telling us things from a previous event. Like when we interact with the world and people, and something might make something go off in me and I get nervous, anxious, and all this stuff's going on. It's not about what just happened on the outside of me. Something on the inside of me is talking to me. My past experiences are talking to me. Something doesn't look right because something like this happened before. Oh, you mean something similar to this? No, we want to make it an association automatically because that's how we're going to feel safe. And that's not always accurate. Usually in relationships, those things aren't accurate. The danger of living with anxiety is it tells stories that are not true. The gift of discernment that comes from the spirit realm operates in peace. And peace is a spiritual dynamic. When our heart is at rest, we see clearly. When we have anxiety and fear, it drives a narrative of something that's wrong that maybe isn't exactly accurate. We'll decharacterize people because they did something that reminded us of another person that hurt us. That's not true. Only the Spirit of God can reveal the true narrative and nature of a heart. And it comes from an attitude of peace, a place of rest. We have to spend time with God to deal with those things. And I'll be honest, he's going to put you in relationships with people who will trigger you, not so you can keep running, but so you'll face them a different way this time and get healed. You'll realize it isn't what you thought it was. But you have to stay put. You have to trust God the Father has brought people into your lives to deal with some things because they're mischaracterizing him to your heart. And he's not going to put up with it. That's what an idol is. A misrepresentation of God's love for you. Although you used them to get through your childhood and maybe through a divorce, they need to go. You can't use them as a crutch forever if you're going to walk with Jesus. He won't let it happen because it's a falsehood. Thanks for watching our videos at Back to Basics. This new resource, The Anchor Leg, is about restoring first century holiness and power to the church. The anchor leg in a race is the last leg, the leg that has the strongest runner to finish the race. I believe that we're very close to maybe being that anchor leg for the church as the baton of truth of a simple and pure devotion the first century church walked in, and they handed that baton off. And it is up to us to understand the times we're in. Currently, the church is in a wilderness experience. Most people won't make it out. They don't understand God's purpose. They don't understand his ways. This book is meant to educate you and open your eyes to how God is working in your life and how to come out of that wilderness experience. You'll also learn about the person, the work of the Holy Spirit in the life of Jesus and in the life of the apostles. You will learn how to cooperate with the Holy Spirit and find your way into the promised land.